What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Boomper World, here for another late 2000s banger watch. I remember playing Army of Two at my friend Scott's house like one night in like 2010. We tried to pull all-nighter. I asked if they had any pop in the fridge. He came down with a Refresca. I was like, bro, this shit's disappointing. But the game actually seemed kind of badass. We played it for like an hour or two, like versus mode. He already unlocked all the guns. Now it's 14 years since the game has come out. The memory of that is hazy. The game studio that made it closed after the release of the third one kind of flopped. There's no Army of Four coming, so I'm forcing my roommate to join me as we take on the roles of Rios and Salem and do weird private military shit back when killing dudes in the Middle East was still all the rage, and we're gonna do it split screen style. Released at a time everyone loved Gears of War. Look at these two juiced up fuckers. This may be like a more generic action movie version from what I'm gathering, but it's built with co-op from the ground up. See, look at this awesome step mechanic that takes too long every time. Let's see what this game has to offer and see if it deserves a revival or if it's worth our time. So yeah, let's dive in, and if you guys enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. I'm trying to grow this channel. Help me. The game is ready to play if you have Game Pass or EA Play, but my dumbass got it at half price books. Seems like we've missed out on the Veterans multiplayer map pack and I guess the online altogether. There's also a graphic novel that I did not get a chance to read, and there's an IMDb listing for a movie that's coming out in 2011. Can't wait. Army of Two is the most co-op-y third-person shooter I've ever played, and it comes down to the fact it's built on its core concept of aggro, which basically means we are the aggressor, and the enemy AI will focus its effort on one shooter at a time, depending on who's got that meter turned up on them. Like whoever's shooting more basically will get that meter up. This is all explained better by a military guy in the tutorial and the opening cutscene.
Has a bigger gun, the enemy will shoot at him instead of you. This is called aggro.
This whole simulation thing is occurring in Somalia during the US effort. It was a nice little obstacle course that gave us an idea on what we were getting into. We go take out a dude named Moalim.
Look who it is! Johnny American!
The dude we work with was a total dick, like gung-ho guy named Clyde. We were just army rangers at the point, and we did all the work, and then he just runs around like a weirdo assassin and said mean stuff to us.
You are a moron.
And this back-to-back moment was pretty badass, and the game did make you feel cool in this sort of way. So far the gameplay, I liked it. The guns felt heavy, you felt like a walking beef stick, and at this point you were just army rangers, but I guess we snapped so hard. This guy Dalton recruited us to be private mercenaries in his little company. And right away it kind of definitely set itself apart enough at this point. Before each mission, you could spend money you got from kills on buying guns, upgrading them, customizing all kinds of stuff, and it was just fun seeing what different routes me and my roommate took. You can even buy masks or pimp out your gun. I love games with shops, bro. Look at this shop. It's fire. In the missions, you couldn't always just storm through rooms and go off like most shooters from the time. It took some base level of planning and routing around kinda. It was a balance of macho and strategy. A lot of times just waiting until one person is full aggro. They're ignoring you. You're so invisible, your guy even becomes kind of see-through, opaque. When you're full aggro, your guy glows red. It's pretty cute. And also in between getting shot a shit ton, you can show your respect and appreciation by doing a cringy air guitar or high five. We dipped out of Somalia in a McGraw-Hill history textbook. We skipped straight to 9/11. Oh shit. Why does the chick look like an insurance girl? She looks like she's an AI. But I guess we had to take out some Al-Qaeda base who was trying to resurrect some old missiles from the Cold War. I don't know. It sounds like an excuse to get some oil. But yeah, there was a little GPS thing that was really helpful in the game, because sometimes I didn't really know where to go, and everything sometimes mixed together and looked similar. Yeah, and it also showed these mines that knocked me down so many times and would piss me off. Shitty fake Iron Man. Everything felt how it was supposed to. The game was beautiful for what it was, even though some of the style and environments were lame. I loved this intimate parachute ride attached to my roommate. In this mission we had to save this dude, and my roommate carried him throughout the level, which looked kind of annoying. I was glad there was not a dude on my shoulder. The cover system, it worked really well. Everything looked really natural, and the animations were so fluid for the time. Lobbing a grenade worked well and had the little aim thing too, the little show where it's going. The shooting and cover mechanics were tight and fun to use, and you were using the gun that you bought and customized, so it was just bad. Another cover that was useful you could use was the shield attachment for your gun. It's kind of ugly, but an odd feature that made me giggle was feign death. It was a strategic use of fake dying. When you're caught out in the open, ragdoll and hope they stop shooting. It like worked on every enemy once. Another thing you could do when up against a wall is go into overkill mode. I don't really remember how it would trigger, but it would just say A, press the A button. We took out some dude named El Habib, and we got to buy more upgrades for our shit. The evil world of profiteering. The commentary inside the game. Yeah, I mean, we died a bunch throughout because we not really thinking about the aggro at first. Did we get revenge for 9/11? Can we go home now? We went to Iraq next, just the USA like worst hits of military, and we had to save another friend. This guy's name was Eisenhower, but this time right after we saved him.
Mission accomplished. Eisenhower's on the chopper. Should we proceed to extraction ourselves or... Holy shit!
Yeah, so then we had to go off. And throughout this mission, I was like, I really appreciate the graphics, but basic military looking areas are sandy bullshit. They kind of just look too much like a video game level sometimes. Cool characters and boss designs, albeit repetitive enemies. The world just left a little bit to be desired for me. And then Iraq wraps up too. It's getting a little repetitive, just more of the same. Yeah, but after our friend Eisenhower died like that, my character's in full-on conspiracy mode. Each level kind of had a formula at this point. Run through a compound, take out some strong-looking dude. The guys with blue health bars are easiest to kill. Then the red health bars take like 3 more shots, and then the yellow guys you can't shoot head-on, you gotta shoot them from behind, and then they die kind of fast, but otherwise they're a little hard. Yeah, but each level kind of had a mixture of that. And now we're doing it on a ship for this next mission. And it's an army of 3 because we have the weird psycho dude who made stuff hard in the first mission.
Learn to shoot, fuckos! I ain't carrying your corpses back to Dalton.
The soundtrack was honestly smooth though, from like high energy rock with like fire lead guitar to orchestral notes during some more tender moments. The music was part of the sauce that made the game feel like a full-on complete project. Something that sequels apparently suffered from. But yeah, the music wasn't insanely memorable, but it's valid enough. There were 6 missions, and each mission took about an hour and a half. Time just flew by, because like me and my roommate could vent out any frustrations or laugh at corny lines or any of like annoying parts, and it kind of just smoothed over the experience in a lot of ways. The story was entertaining, the graphics are cool, the soundtrack is cool, the mechanics were somewhat innovative and interesting, and it has a shop. It has the Boompa stamp of approval already, even if it's getting a little repetitive as we've gone on. We caught the psycho dude Clyde from our team showing the enemy his YouTube channel and SoundCloud.
What's on here?
We're right about the conspiracy, something was up. These dudes are just doing it for the money. And after the mission wraps up, we get our next mission. We dip off the boat's poop deck and head to China. And even the lady seems like she's in on it or something. Look at that like little grin thing. I don't know what she's going for here. Or maybe she's just happy to see we want one more mission. Because we were ready to snitch on him and stuff, but then like Travis's guy Salem was just like, I need more money, like bad. I'm like, bro, how? If you're not like set already off these other missions, bro, you're spending money too crazy. Like what what are you spending money on, bro? You're risking your life like this. You should already be set. This game's story has pretty much taken the front seat. They even stopped using enemies having like turrets and stuff, and it basically was just big ass hordes of enemies lead us to a cutscene. Shit hitting the fan. But yeah, shit truly hits the fan once we enter China. Our company actually sets us up and we kill a senator by rigging a bridge. Yeah, so all the conspiracy shit we were on was spot on. So yeah, we were just dumbasses getting played like a flute. We got to boat around this mission though and got a good tour of China. This level was definitely the best style-wise and graphics-wise. It almost gave me some Halo 3 energy, but also had like cool traditional Chinese buildings, just good lighting, cool ruins, which is more than can be said for that boring-ass boat mission. Felt so basic and shooter gamey. Chinese military's on our ass. Once I got the gold shotgun, it was over. Yeah, me and my roommate went like totally different routes. And it was really fun to see like what we bought and used throughout the game. And yeah, we also started understanding the song and dance this game wanted at this point. Honestly, dying a lot less by sticking together. We're an army of 2, baby. So albeit predictable in story and gameplay and repetitive, seeing the finale pay off seemed worth it for sure. Like we're fighting for something almost. Even if the story is just military propaganda and anti-private militaries, which, I mean, fuck them all. Yeah, so we shoot enough guys to fly out of China. Thought we were safe and about to head back to the SSC company military base, and I don't really know what we were expecting. We were gonna just wreak hell on the conspirators and clear our names. Inconveniently, a hurricane was coming, so I guess people won't really be around. But inconveniently, our flight was interrupted because our pilot was dead, and Clyde, the asshole who's just been fucking around from the start, was trying to kill us now. Dude goes full snakes on a plane mode, is shooting holes in the fucking plane while the military is trying to escort us to land. Ends with us crashing into the water on our little vehicle that we've been getting used to since last mission. And Miami is flooded. It's deep as hell out here. We were for sure Clyde died in that plane crash we participated, but probably not. We're probably gonna have to kill him. And the guy who loaned us the plane in China is so mad that the pilot's dead, but it wasn't my fault.
You kill my pilot, I do you a favor, and this is how you repay me?
Yeah, the last mission was fire. There was like some level of puzzles here with like finally doing something more than just waves and waves of enemies. I don't know if it was my disc or what though, but twice doors were supposed to open and didn't. I was like confused as hell, like what? Maybe on like the EA Play version that might not happen, or like playing on next gen. Yay, I love how they waited till the last mission to start glitchificating. We take over our base. He fed lies to his private military and they swore to kill us. So basically the whole time we were just killing all our coworkers for the rest of the game. But yeah, we were fine with it. We were getting our friend and going to get revenge. We saved our beautiful AI. I hope my sniper wasn't poking her in a weird spot like her hip or something. Had one more epic back-to-back and had to kill that bitch-ass Clyde, our enemy. Only problem, dude is a certified quickscoper apparently. Look at him turn. Still no problem though. We totally bitched him, and they had to rewrite history with this cutscene. But yeah, he flew out the window, so maybe if it was deep enough, he might have survived somehow. But yeah, we run out to the roof to get Dalton, the main guy behind this whole conspiracy. The guy who recruited us to the whole mess. Look at his dumbass. He just looks stupid in the end, like, look at you, bro. Don't mess with the U.S. Marine Army. I guess our names get cleared, and yeah, the story and game pretty much wraps up here. Inoffensively, it took about 8 hours to beat. Playing this game alone definitely wouldn't hit the same as commenting on the game and enjoying the company and the story. Comparing what items you bought, strategizing, bitching about stuff. It made the game feel more like an experience. But I guess the solution to the problem as the story wrapped up was for these two guys to make their own private military corporation. How epic. We name it Two, which spells two. TWO, which spells two. That's fucking epic. Before I wrap it up, this 8 out of 10 game, this 8 out of 10 video, honestly, at best, I'm gonna give the floor to my co-op mate. I'm just one of the army of two. So take it away, Travi, my roommate, what you thought about Army of Two.
Let's go, Boompa. It was fun having to do teamwork with Boompa and put our minds together to scheme out how we were going to complete each mission. The only big critique I'd say I have is the step jumping, which became redundant. I don't know that this game has a lot of replay appeal unless you're a diehard fan. Other than that, I enjoyed it. Definitely don't regret playing it through with Boompa. If you and your best friends are bored sometime, definitely think about playing it. And the AI was tough, but not too tough that it wasn't enjoyable. The graphics, to me, they were actually great, especially for 2008, and I'd say they hold up in late 2022. I had mixed feelings about the shop. Don't get me wrong, I thought the weapons were pretty cool. Boompa had a sweet shotgun at the end. That was a one-shot. I had like a HK type gun that you could just mow down enemies with because that held so many bullets. But where my mixed feeling comes in is I didn't really like how much the upper tier guns cost for a game that's only 6 missions long. They clearly want you to play it again to use said weapons. However, if you're just a casual gamer like me, is it really worth playing the game all the way through again just to use those weapons you couldn't afford the first time? I don't know. But these are just my thoughts on the game, and I'm honored to join the Boompa world, and I definitely give it a shot.
Overall, Army of Two is a valid third-person shooter that has a really unique aggro system and was clearly built with co-op in mind, and it makes it so much better when you're with a buddy-wuddy. New weapons to beat hordes and hordes of enemies was rewarding, and going back-to-back and overkilling shot me with a gamer stimulant only akin to meth. No, I'm playing, but this high-octane ass fast-paced military shooter. But if you've never played Gears of War, I'd suggest just playing that. I guess this game has a lot more customization, and it does tickle a different part of your gaming armpit. But that's all I have time for today. Maybe someday we'll see the TWO operating with its investors and perfect dark character receptionist. See you guys. Thanks for making it to the end. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys. Yeah, this game was cool. Fun time with my friend.